welcome. How are you? Before we start with the book, let's break some prejudice. Because you have it? No. Because once I had it about many things and I believe some people experiences the same. My prejudice was clearly expressed by fears. Fear of shadows, ghosts, monsters, hell entities. Well, as a kid, even a young adult, sometimes we have a more imaginative mind full of fantasy. If you are young, you won't remember the film Constantine, and I recommend it. It was the expression of my fears. Since I know many religions have contact with others' realities or other expression of other plane, I know, and I knew it was real for many people. As I grew up Christian, I got to a point where I asked myself, if I don't believe it, why do I fear? At the end of the day, everything we demonize is because we believe it subconsciously. With that in mind, I started to study religions with contact with entities or dead people to understand them. Of course, the fear went away, and I saw many people that learn about them have two choices, or action, start to work with them or understand that they use others' symbols and expressions. And 99% of religions, and I am talking about the birth and primary idea of them, are based in love. By the way, not love and peace, just love, and this is a conversation for another post. But if you read this blog for a while, you know what I mean about love and what can cause the lack of peace. Secondly, forget what you know about words like magic, elements, ethereal, and open the book with a clear understanding that you are opening it to find practices of self-growth through symbols and actions. And actions that are symbols. So, the first prejudice you should break is the child fear of ghosts or monsters. The second is around words and expressions. I recommend the famous short movie The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar to understand it. And the book link is Initiation into Hermetics. Let's start this self-growth path together, the introduction. Let's start repeating with short words what he writes on the introduction. This is not shortcuts or practices to met mundane privileges. Again, I recommend the famous short film The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar to understand it. He even goes further, explaining that any practice or religions can be used for evil. Breaking more prejudice, he starts to explain how magic, tarot, and other words and objects were misused. Tarot, for example, it is not about a game of cards, but a symbolic book of initiation which contains the greatest secrets in a symbolic form. He also explains he will not talk about beliefs, rather, teach you through daily practices to look inside, to learn about yourself, to improve focus, resilience, or any other thing you want to improve or change. It is not a book about the power of waking up early, or the power of silence, or the power of being present, or this or that is the truth, or do this and that to manifest your dream life. You may get there, you probably will, but here we are to master ourselves. The theory: open the book, read and write, write and read. In a simple and straightforward word, he talks about some symbolism and how to read them. Also, since the book is very connected with Oriental teachings, you will find the full body explained through those teachings. From this flesh body we have to the ethereal body, the thing that makes us be alive. It is short, but gives you a great view of where you can start if you have interest on the area. Personally, meaning this was a perception I had reading it, I remembered the idea of Chinese and Hindu medicine and health practices reading it. And the great point, I believe, it is to understand the connection of your body through the parts. You will read about the mental area, the material part and the ethereal part of the body and how it connects with each other. Finally, it will talk about some topics that I believe I can say they are taboo. From what is God, to truth. Of course, the point of view is not religious, but how you should perceive it to walk lighter through the path. So, it doesn't matter what you believe. Everyone can read and apply those practices and still connect with your beliefs. This book is like a gym instructor. By instead of just improving the body, you will improve the mind, your emotions, and your spirit. If you want me to be more specific on some part of the theory, let me know. In the next post of this series, we will talk and practice the first step. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Let's embark on this path together and uncover the truths within ourselves. Subscribe to my channel for more insights and practices. Stay tuned for the next step in our transformative journey. Until then, remember, the journey begins with a single step.